Hi everybody, and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon.
And me, Banshee.
I heard of wailing spirits.
Hi, sister. I'm taking
Lady
over.
Esmeralda. Thanks for the cameo.
Hey, everybody. Guess who's here?
Look who's here.
Guess who's bringing a little heart to the show?
The emotional exchanges will never be the same again.
He hopes. Yes, well, Mr. O guest starred on my show, so we thought it only fitting that I interject myself on his show.
After all, what do I know about material matters?
What do I know about love? Maybe I can use a sexy voice too.
Fake it till you make it. So should we both shuffle the cards, or how should we do this?
I think I shuffled them for my show. You can go ahead and shuffle.
Alrighty.
If you feel the need to have me shuffle anything.
So you'll help me with the display.
So how are you reading today, Mr. O?
How?
Yes.
Very well, thank you. Thank you. But no, the Emotional Exchanges is my Friday show, which basically asks the question for each sign of the zodiac, what is coming towards you in love or the emotional essence or energy? And then the second card is, so what is the action required?
Gotcha.
All right.
So it's what or who?
Yes, I mean, if you're single or possibly
you.
interested in someone coming towards you, that court card could indicate that. That's how we roll here. So let's get started.
Alrighty.
And I'm working with Aries first.
Yay!
Aries should always be first.
Aries, sun, moon, and rising. How's that?
That's enough, you. Oh, wait. That was pretty good, actually. All right. So the first card, as I said, is what or who is coming towards you. And it's the Four of Cups reversed. What is coming towards you?
Just wanted to see.
Well, it maybe has the sense of being a choice. It maybe has the sense of you looking at what has been around you and realizing that maybe rather than you choosing, or maybe that now this is the energy for you to make your choice, or that choice is actually coming towards you. Whatever it is, a person or otherwise. Knock on wood.
Who's there? Opportunity. There
you go.
Opportunity and love and romance could be coming your way. You're being asked out on a date. You go out with friends and it's a chance encounter. Will you accept that cup or maybe not?
Good way to look at it too. All right, so I pulled the following card from the bottom of the deck. So this is the action required. The action required that maybe helps put that in motion or eases it into place.
Oh, pretty card.
And it's the Ten of Pentacles. And it's upright. So the action required, wow, that's kind of interesting. I would say it talks to the idea of being seen or being of the sense of a foundation of a strong unit of some sort, that this could be talking about, communities, families, groups or associations, neighborhood things, church things, something like that. Moving yourself with that sense of support, being supported, that if you have that, it will be easier for you to see this opportunity and to choose it.
Well, love takes many forms, and so maybe this opportunity isn't so much about romantic love, but it's about love of community. It's about love of family. It's about supporting others who need you at this time. I'm beginning to wonder if that's what's going on here, and there's an opportunity for you to be kind to others.
That's nice. All right, so now we will move on
Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. How's that?
So I want everybody to let us know.
If Banshee's thumbs down or thumbs up. Oh, geez. Be kind. All right.
Taurus, what's coming towards you?
Ooh. What is that?
The Empress.
Oh, the Empress.
And the Empress is upright.
Ooh.
So what may be coming towards you, of course, is a really unconditional sense of love. It may be more of a love of the world, a love of nature, a love of really putting your creativity and your energy into producing something, creating your own garden, literally you sort of see that there. So I think what's coming towards you maybe is the Empress also expresses the fullness of the season, a sense of enjoyment of this time now, feeling that full burst of summer or whatever season it might happen to be. But it is summer, coincidentally, and so this is a time maybe when, passions run high and opportunities may run high. What coming towards you?
It's the Empress after all. And so some of you who are already married or in loving relationships may be starting a family. It's possible here. Or getting pregnant. Let's just say preggers. Now what the Empress is kind of about too. So I can sort of see that happening for some of us. And for others, this is just such a beautiful card for your show. It just indicates a love for others that's very altruistic, and also reconnection and love for our planet Earth.
All right. So then what is the action required? And it's the reverse Six of Cups.
Yeah.
So that could be saying reawakening to where you have been before with this whole idea, that maybe there's a sense here that the action requires to realize that it's always been there, and that maybe you haven't totally noticed it. Maybe there was a chance that you felt it was too far in the past, but it can be reawakened.
Let go of painful memories from your past, whether it has to do with groups and organizations that you belong to that just didn't click. But the other thing is, even for you would-be parents out there, if you've had miscarriages before, if you've had difficulties in conceiving, try to relax and enjoy, the pregnancy.
Congratulations. I'm going to let you do the show from now on. You do it as good as
stop.
or better
Stop.
than moi.
No, I'm not. I'm here to add color.
And there it is. And it's your color.
That's poorly placed, however. Oh, wait, maybe not.
Well,
it won't
it's got
fit
a little
my
bit of a
big
band.
head. Come on.
It should be flexible. Didn't you give me this hat? Pull it down over the back.
No, I did not. I don't know where you got that. Oh, really?
I could have sworn I got it.
Maybe you stole it from me then.
There you go. Oh, look
Was
at
it my
you.
Aunt Mary's?
Yeah. Yes, it looks like an Aunt Mary hat to me.
It could have been.
Alrighty.
I'll rule it out. You
So,
thief.
who's
Hey,
up?
you need those. It's Gemini. Sun, Moon, and Rising.
You've got the right stuff, baby.
If you like the sexy voice part, you could always just record it and insert it.
There is that.
I could do that with you, too, as a matter of fact, for my show.
It's about the logistics. It's about the logistics. All right, Gemini then. And by the way, once again, I am using the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany.
Modern love. Modern love. You know, you get to sing at my shows.
Go for it, girl. All right. What is coming towards you? What energy or person or thing? It's the reversed Knight of Cups. Well, this could pertain more to single Geminis, but it could be saying that somebody like the reversed Knight of Cups is coming to you. What is that personality? Well, they could be a water sign. This could also, in general terms, maybe just talking about the coming or going, mostly going, of a romantic situation. It could be that maybe some Geminians are exiting a love situation or a romantic situation. Going back to the idea that it might represent a personality, it's maybe somebody that's not very confident from the emotional point of view. It may be somebody that doesn't take love seriously and maybe is sort of a little bit of a rascal in terms of how they treat their romantic prospects. But this could be the kind of energy coming towards you, Gemini.
Well, I would have said that last part about, you know, relationships possibly going kaplooey or not turning out the way you had hoped, Geminis. But look at that. I think here, too, we could say about this card that there could be somebody coming your way who maybe you should give them a little space and time. Maybe they're recovering from a broken relationship of some sort. It's possible here that, you know, they may need some emotional healing right now. And so they're in the phase of reaching out. And so just be sure, you know, that what you're getting involved in isn't going to hurt you ultimately if they're just rebounding.
And I'm not going to make a super generality about Geminis, but the picture of the King, the Knight of Cups, does sort of have a threesome, bisexual, menage a trois kind of component to the posing of the three there. Just saying that it could be representing the idea of really changing who or what or how you express emotionality. So anyways, what is the action required in this situation? And it's the Fool upright.
Nice.
And I think we're being told to trust the universe, to maybe say if there is really an opportunity to take a chance or a risky, or what may be risky, to move in this direction or to have this move towards you more completely, it sort of says the universe may favor that.
In regards to what we both said in a way about taking a, you know, a possible breakup in a relationship, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take a chance and try to see if that flame can be rekindled again. Not suggesting stalking or anything, but, you know, to do your best to say, hey, can't we give this a new beginning, another shot? The other thing about this would be if it's about somebody on the rebound, etc., who just needs some emotional time, you know, give them a chance. Give them a chance. Just be aware of what the implications of that could be. But I think this is saying go for it either way.
Very nice.
I like that, Mr. O.
So that was Gemini.
Cancer.
Cancers can do.
Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising.
We seek to find out what is coming towards you emotionally, whether that may be a person in love, whether it's just an emotional energy or sense.
Hey, my shirt matches your card backs today. I like
even
that.
The gold lettering.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
I didn't even think about that.
It was meant to be.
Okay.
The only thing that could be better if you shuffle the cards.
Instead of you? Well, I could do that maybe.
Maybe next time.
Okay.
All right. Cancer. You have the Emperor. So the Emperor is coming towards you. This could indicate a person, perhaps. This could be somebody who's incredibly self-assured, somebody who's incredibly confident, used to working with direction of people, resources, energies. If it's not necessarily a person coming to you, it may be saying that these qualities and essence come to you in terms of how you may be actualizing or visualizing some romance for yourself, whether it's new romance or whether it's where you're going in your current relationship.
Well, wow, I could say so many things about this card on your show.
Uh-oh, that can't be all good.
You or this person wants to dominate, but I mean, it's all good. They are good intentioned, but I sense a domineering kind of energy here, which can be to the point of just kind of showing you the ropes, so to speak, or vice versa. And so I think here too, this could also indicate maybe fatherly love. It's possible here that some of you might be getting together with family during this time and, showering a little love on a father.
Very nice. So what is the energy required for that? And it's the Queen of Swords.
Wow.
And the Queen of Swords is almost like the poster child for tough love. The Queen of...
Dominatrix.
Okay, so... Master, you have met your mistress, and maybe
oh my gosh,
only the best can win, only the strongest. But maybe in order to, assertively, have this happen, you have to be just as assertive, and it's a take no prisoners attitude. I mean, a lot of this is really about saying, I decide this for myself. I'm not letting somebody else decide it for me. And of course, to that sense, it's sort of literally corollary, but also an opposite of that energy of the Emperor, where maybe somebody else wants to be the decider.
It's possible here that some of you who have elderly relatives and fathers, you may have to take a more leadership role here. It's possible you may have to see to their caregiving or something like that. Make some decisions for them, important decisions. Get some legal power of attorney. I think this is all relative to the, emotional realm too. And you have to be a little bit cold sometimes in that regard. But beyond that, I mean, considering what I said the first time, this certainly does look like a power relationship here of some sort, where each of you might be trying to achieve some dominance and control.
Where when you talk about the possibility of elder care or care situations, we're also talking about the sign of Cancer, which is kind of the mother sign of the zodiac. And so some of those energies could be present for that whole thing. The idea that you as a Cancerian may be more interested in what you see as those issues for you. Nice. Taking care of your parents or being taken care of by your children.
I like it.
Well, thank you for giving me that idea there.
You're welcome. That's why we're a team.
Aw, but you really are doing this reading better than me. I think I should let you take
maybe
it over.
I should just zip it for this next reading.
And then everybody will write, I liked it better when Banshee was on the show.
No, they will not.
They will.
Now you're trying to get...
I'm so insecure. Wait till my sign comes up.
Now you're trying to get sympathy. Oh, and where are we? Wait a minute. We're on Leo's.
Leo.
Sun, moon, and rising.
I still want some sympathy. So therefore I'm making it rain on this side.
Just for the record, there's nothing more pathetic than a whiny Scorpio.
Oh, you're supposed to put this back.
That's right, I am. Hey, hands off. Okay.
All right, top card. What's coming towards you?
It's the Hanged Man, upright. Well, that's interesting. What's the hang up here? What do you say?
Well, the Hangman, in terms of what's coming towards you, maybe it's the idea clearly of a choice, and that maybe you might have to be the bigger person, either in terms of within a relationship, something very important. It's a principle that maybe you have to consider letting go and letting the other person or persons of interest have their way. But it could also indicate maybe, a personal sacrifice or give up you make for something you feel will pay off better in the long run. Like maybe you realize that where you are putting your energies just isn't appreciated enough, and you feel you have to go somewhere else in order to be appreciated.
I feel like this might be a time of pulling away from others or relationships, maybe, to think about broader perspectives. Or maybe if you are in a relationship right now, this might be a time of
Ghosting them.
I don't know. Depending on the next card, it could be a time of constructive separation. You just need some time away from each other for a while, so you can both regain perspective and maybe reawaken, the feelings for one another.
Interesting. So the bottom card?
Sorry. Yeah.
And that is the action required.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, see? I was wondering, like I said, it depends on that last card, and it's the Ten of Swords, eh?
It's beyond ghosting.
Yeah, okay, maybe he was right, it's ghosting. But I do think time away in a separation was kind of the key here to regain perspective. And maybe
it's the Ten of Swords.
I don't want to say the action is to hurt anybody, do you?
No,
No.
But, in the context of the Modern Love Tarot, this card really does imply some sort of sense of separation strongly, and you yourself may be hurt by this, or somebody may be hurt by this, but it is the action required, what may be necessary in order for you to work on that energy from the first card. How does it tie together?
Well, I think here the separation is leading to a realization that some pain has been too much to bear and it's time to move on. So I think that's what it is. You're picking yourself up after a painful situation, after giving it a lot of thought. You don't want to endure that anymore. You're ready to move on to better things.
This could be, of course, saying that people who aren't really with anybody in particular, that there's no relationship to break up, that maybe you're just sort of feeling this is nothing but a fallow time for you to be pursuing relationships. Maybe there's just something you have to think about.
You have to deal with and heal from some pain before you can move on. And again, maybe that's why you're pulling back from people and things. Sorry, Leos. That was kind of a downbeat. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising.
First card, what is coming towards you? It's the reverse Seven of Wands. There may be a situation where you really have to make a stand and say, this is me. This is what I want from an emotional relationship or emotional situation. No matter how you may feel, you want to judge that and feel there's something wrong about it. I am willing to defend what I feel is my emotional right here.
Are you really feeling it though? Or are you feeling that there's just too much pressure on you to be something or someone that you're not? And I mean, at some point here, you have to be you and you have to be accepted for who you are. And so I sense possibly a bridge that's just too far.
So what is the action required in that case? And yeah, you know what? I guess there's definitely that feeling there. The action required.
Wow.
The Six of Swords.
You're moving on. In
You
other
are
words,
moving on.
this situation, maybe you're finding, I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
demeaning to you. And so, bringing you down. And so you're ready for calmer shores, for more peace and calm in your life and tranquility. Not all the pressure you're feeling to be something or someone that you're not.
Well, what is coming towards you is maybe the pressure to back down or to toe the line, and the action required really is to go where you know you should go, where there is less of this pressure, less of this trouble.
It's interesting.
It is. It fits pretty well.
It does. It definitely does.
And that was Virgo, right?
Yeah. Because it's now time for Libra. Sun, moon, and rising.
I think we missed our true calling.
X-rated tarot. We wouldn't get far on YouTube.
Hiding in a soundproof chamber.
Oh, that's more like it, actually. Yes.
No one must ever hear.
It's true. It's true.
Okay, Libra, let's see what we can do here. What is coming towards you, emotionally speaking or in love? What, who, why, when, etc. And it's the moon reversed.
Wow.
Well, it could be that maybe someone you had no idea could declare themselves as being infatuated with you or very interested in you. It could be that you yourself find this out on your own without them necessarily declaring that maybe you've had a secret admirer, hopefully not a stalker, but that maybe you feel, something you did not realize about the depths of somebody's affection for you may manifest in some way, especially through, your own knowledge of that.
Absolutely. Something like that could be revealed to you, or maybe now you can finally reveal your love for someone. You feel safe and comfortable in doing so. And your gut is telling you it's the right time.
What is the action required?
We'll see if it is the right time. Oh.
And it's the Hierophant reversed.
Wow.
So it really does fit, because the Hierophant reversed maybe says, I stand uncaring about what society or culture's sense of conformity or sense of standard is, that I am willing to realize that I don't have to be in adherence to that I follow my own tune, my own drummer.
The last two readings really have a lot of feel of possibly being LGBTQA relationships.
Yeah.
In that, the other one says,
that.
You got to be yourself, not what society conforms you to be. And you've got the Hierophant reversed here, which is almost saying the same thing. That this could be, maybe you're going to be formulating an unconventional union, whether it is LGBTQA or some other type of union that, is a little bit out of the ordinary. And I feel here, too, this might be saying that, the action taken is to maybe do this, reveal your feelings or accept the other person's feelings in a rather unconventional way, if that makes sense.
And or to understand that just because there is an unconventionality around here, it is okay. It is okay to do that. And that's really the point behind the deck, regardless of what the imageries may happen to say. But it's interesting to note maybe that Virgo, the previous sign that had that, is, of course, maybe in general, Virgos may be more concerned about some sense of appearing conservative or not appearing to rock the boat. So you could kind of see that somewhat in a Virgo's makeup, whereas this is Libra, and Libra, they tend to have not necessarily things that condition them towards anybody's view. They're sort of really are free mavens in a way. And
the other thing I would just say is, if your gut is telling you to do something in an unconventional manner, trust it. Trust your gut. If it's telling you to do it, then do it.
So what can we do for our next sign?
Scorpio.
Sun.
Bada boom. Bada boom. Bada boom.
And rising.
Sun, moon, and rising. There, how was that, Mr. Scorpio?
That was not so bad at all, Mrs. Aries.
All right.
It will be interesting.
I'm honestly not trying to be a scene stealer on your show.
It just comes naturally, right?
I'm just being me. Silly, silly me.
Well, it is a fun afternoon or whatever here. Time has no meaning. So what is coming towards you, Scorpio? What energies or persons or interests are? And it's a repeat card. It's the King of Cups.
I thought it was the Knight of Cups.
The Knight of Cups. I'm sorry. It's the reverse Knight of Cups.
Well, again, this could indicate something, Scorpios, is going south relationship-wise here. It could indicate also somebody that you meet who may lack a little bit of emotional maturity, I'm getting the feeling here. And, you know, they're the kind of people that are that's the kind of person who's kind of fly-by-night where romance is concerned. Actually, I could see it both ways. I could see that they get too codependent and emotionally attached, or they're totally detached.
Well, this is Scorpio, and of course, so Scorpio could be that person that is immature, flaky, emotionally, too ambiguous.
Well, Scorpio, if it's any consolation, they might be fun for one date. All right, what's the action, though? Let's see.
Action required. It's strength reversed, and maybe the action required is that if you are having problems with your own sense of desires or ambiguous enemies, maybe you just have to kind of rein yourself in. You kind of have to be a little more stronger on yourself. Maybe you have to be more willing to work a little harder without the prospect of emotional central rewards of some sort.
Well, if somebody's being kind of psychic vampire-like, or, you know, emotionally too clingy to you, you might have to be a little bit tougher. You might have to be a little bit more assertive about needing your space, needing some, you know, some lightening up on the emotional strings on you. And especially if this is somebody who may be approaching stalker mentality.
Well, I was just thinking, you mentioned also codependencies between people, and maybe the only way through that, of course, is to be strong, to not be enabling, you know, saying, oh, sweet child, here, it'll be okay just this once. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of have to give them the 12 steps. Maybe.
Right. And if they're the kind of person who's going to love you one minute, take off with somebody else the next minute, time to get tough and lay the law down here with the wandering Scorpio.
So no, Scorpio.
Well, let's see if I can do this one. Sagittarius. Sun, moon, rising.
I don't know, Benji. I think those last couple
It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough.
Been a little bit more like
Creepy?
shock theater
Creepy?
on Friday nights back in the day.
Okay.
I am your host, Sir Graves Ghostly.
Okay, well, you know.
Maybe. All right, so Sagittarians, what is coming towards you? You know, you're like Crusader Rabbit or something. What's coming towards you? And it is the reverse Two of Cups.
Yikes.
It is possible that maybe there's going to be a contest of wills emotionally. You know, there may be dust-ups. There may be a sense, really, of feeling that either you don't feel you can trust another person relationship. Maybe another person feels they can't trust you. Maybe somebody feels they can't trust themselves. They no longer feel the harmony, the bonding, and they're in that spot.
Well, there's so much, again, that could be said about this card. It could run the gamut, though, from, you know, maybe you're already separated from somebody, or somebody has dumped you, that there's a broken relationship. There could be just fights and arguments, not getting along with somebody. And, you know, you're both hanging on, and it's not healthy. right now. The relationship, your relationships are not in a healthy place.
So what is the action required? It's the Five of Pentacles. Wow. And it's upright. And, you know, the Five of Pentacles, the card's image, if you can see it there, looks like somebody who has been stood up at the altar. And the sense here, of course, is as an action required. This may be saying you may need to do something of this sort, the corollary, or you may need to realize that somebody else is going to be doing that maybe they feel they just can't connect, that something has happened and they can't connect. They feel totally alone. That could be you. How does this amount to an action?
Wow, so many things. This is an action card because at first, when I saw these combination of cards, I thought, oh, maybe they're arguing about money and a lack of resources or somebody not doing their share. But really, it is more of a card of feeling left out or alone. And I almost feel like you could be left out. You could be left holding the bag. Somebody might leave you with a bunch of debts or other things. So the action here is to protect yourself. I think protect yourself against if, for example, if this is a marriage that is ending in divorce and you have children that need support, you need to make sure you get legal advice so that you aren't left, with nothing.
All right, Sagittarius. I can't really add much to that.
Sorry, Sagittarius. That was a tough combination. Capricorn. Sun, moon, and rising. What?
Nothing, dear.
I'm going to get criticized on my bad sexual voice, which I never really
Not
had.
by me.
Never really had. Mr. Whisper Sweet's nothings in the ear here does.
Is that what you think?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh dear. All right. What do we got for Capricorns? Oh no.
Wow.
Boy, the readings have really
the last
turned
half
south.
of the zodiac seems to be having some really bad problems here. That's the Three of Swords. And literally what it's saying is maybe there is a potential here for separation. There's a potential for heartbreak.
The one type of love we haven't touched on yet is love of a pet. And so I can't help but think some of you might have just recently lost a pet, a guardian, perhaps even a person, and you're in mourning and you're grieving this loss right now. Sometimes the loss is not about a romantic separation, but it's something else, in the heart department that's breaking your heart.
It's an emotional exchange.
Yeah.
So really, this does say, that what you are feeling is probably devastating in a way, but it is not without the idea that, your heart won't mend eventually at some point.
We all have to take the time to heal.
What is the action required?
It's the Nine of Pentacles.
And it's reversed.
It's to recognize that we can't always expect everything to be the same. And don't fall into the action required is to not fall into this comparison idea. Some people right away might get a new pet and that's great, but don't be, comparing Spot to Fido, or whatever the names are. Don't make higher expectations for a new relationship that can't be reached. Sometimes even if this is a romantic relationship, or you're moving forward, the idea is don't compare and don't set your standards higher than what you had before. Be more realistic and accepting and grateful for, the gifts that others have to give you.
This card does seem to be talking that you may want to lower some of your expectations I'm sorry, I had a little bit of a burp there.
That's okay. Maybe.
You may have to lower your expectations in terms of what gives you comfort, what makes you feel secure, possibly loved, but possibly secure in terms of the overall sense of emotion. And that's what you'll have to work on. It won't be easy necessarily.
And that goes for people who have lost spouses as well. And if you're going to move on and you've decided you're going to open your heart again to someone else, I said, do not devalue them in relation to what you've had before, or don't expect them to be, that exact carbon copy of a relationship that you did have before.
All right. And getting close to the end, we are now at
Aquarius. Aquarius. Aquarius.
It's the sound of the angel singing.
No. Are you talking about the fallen angel? the bad voice angel? Sun, moon, and rising. This is for you, Aquarius. There. I recovered.
So Aquarius, what is coming towards you? And it's judgment. Judgment upright. So what is coming towards you perhaps is maybe you will come to realize you've been thinking about something emotionally strong, possibly all in the wrong way, or that maybe a sense of nothing could surprise me more is shattered because something does surprise you more. Something is an epiphany of some sort. This could be a number of things. Maybe this could be the idea that someone you really thought never cared a whit about you does care about you, or that maybe there's actually somebody who has a total turnabout in their feelings towards you, good or bad, and that all of a sudden you find this is a different perception totally of that person.
Well, this is possible here that for those of you in relationships, you might be looking at ways to rekindle that fire, reawaken that love that you had from early in your relationship. A lot of people, they go through the process of renewing their vows and their love for one another and things like that. I don't know that I'm going there, but what I am thinking here is that maybe you need something to reinvigorate the relationship and make it stronger. The other thing is with people who are not involved yet, be less try not to be critical, and also, accept the fact that sometimes people judge you too harshly, and don't let it get you down if that is the case.
That could be a sense of really that no matter whether you're in a relationship or not, that maybe there's a sense of being judged for what that is or what that isn't.
Yeah, that could be.
So what is the action required? It's the Hermit reversed.
Oh, well, and go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to let you go first.
Oh, okay. Well, with the Hermit reversed, I think it fits in with what I said for you couples out there. Get out more. Do some exciting things out there. You know how you used to have date nights and stuff? If you're raising children in a family, maybe you need to do some of that again. Get out there and enjoy yourself. I think that's really what the Hermit is saying. It's saying to be more social, too. Sometimes we become so cloistered with our partners. We forget our friends, we forget our families, right?
Well, the second card is sort of looked at in terms of what you should do in some way about the first card. And I'm thinking what this is saying is that no matter what the revelation is, the epiphany is, this is saying you should still do what you want, or you should do whatever you feel takes you maybe in a way away from that this is really about you really staking out your own sense here.
And for you people not involved in a relationship who may be always worried about how you're presenting yourself to others, what will they think of you, being afraid of being judged before you're actually out there, just get out there. Just get out there and be yourself.
Sounds like a Nike ad.
Okay. Well, last but never least,
I guess you should shuffle them then.
Pisces.
Pisces.
Sun, moon, and rising.
Every time I do that, I want to laugh like Vincent Price.
You're so silly.
And of course, that would not be emotionally
that would
exchanging.
be what you accused me of with Scorpio, and that being horror voice.
Maybe there's a little Vincent Price in you.
Well,
Mask of the Red Death.
You gave me the hat.
The floppy hat. The floppy red hat of death.
All right. I like the way these shuffle, Mr. O.
They do shuffle rather
It's a
nicely.
nice deck you have here.
I wonder why. Go ahead.
Because some nice, loving person bought it for you.
Why, thank you. All right. So,
Let me do it.
first card. What's coming towards you?
It's the Six of Pentacles. Don't we like a card like that?
We do, especially for the last one.
Wow. Six of Pentacles. Everything seems to be flowing right now. You know, what you are putting forth, expect to get back. So if you're showering somebody with love and affection, expect it to be reciprocated. And don't demand it, but just expect it. There's a flow going on right now, and it seems very natural. It's possible this is indicating that you are going to meet someone, or you are with someone who is just your even match.
You know, there's really a sense of the Piscean about the card because, of course, it's fish swimming in different directions, and, of course, they're facing in different directions. But in the implication of the card, it does sort of feel like they are moving towards each other rather than apart. And I think that no matter how you look at it, you're matching your interest with your potentials to sort of make that connection.
I like it. So, the bottom card, let's see. Oh, not bad here. It is the Four of Wands
And that's
reversed.
the official party card or the unofficial party card.
So I think it's very, very interesting to me. You know, this is all about even, you know, everything in balance, everything in flow. You seem to click with a partner or somebody that you meet. So why not enjoy some simple pleasures together? Nothing complicated. Don't necessarily make a super heavy commitment at this time. Let things develop and flow naturally to this point where you feel really, really comfortable with this person.
Yes, it seems like that there's a sense of an organic nature here.
Yeah.
So the energy required is to just let things grow the way they do. You know, it's not necessarily a proponent for letting weeds grow in your garden, but let's face it, you know, are they really that harmful?
I like it.
All right.
We're done.
So we are done, and that was actually a long show.
There's two. Wasn't my show long with you on it, Mr. O?
Yes.
But it probably was a little longer.
Could be, I don't know. But at any rate, it was a lot of fun. So let's talk about what's coming next, our schedule. Tomorrow, Saturday,
Is happy hour.
at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Come and get a positive message from us to brighten your week ahead.
All right. And then moving ahead to Sunday at 10 a.m., it's
My Material Matters show.
right, where you can hear my sexy voice.
With my take on business, education, and finance.
And that's at 10 a.m. It's a pre-recorded show, but we are live in the chat room to speak of those things.
Speak of those things.
Later
and speaking of those things, later on, we have a live show, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where
we will answer your questions as best as possible.
just get there early because we can get busy on a Sunday.
All right.
And finally, well, not finally.
And that's it for this week. Next week, we'll start again another round of all our shows.
Oh my goodness. Next week will be Goth Tarot.
That's right.
Do you goth tarot? You should.
By the way, we also did, because some people like it when we do that, we did something that was maybe a little bit more political. We looked at what we call the Democrat Crisis Party.
The Democratic Party crisis.
Yes.
It's not, we know democracy is in crisis. You know, no matter what side of the fence you live on, you probably believe that. And so this is the Democratic Party in crisis in the U.S. And it's just about what they're going through right now, trying to determine, which we all thought they had a candidate running, but now there's talk about possibly inserting someone else. So we ask 8 questions of the cards to try to see, glean some insight into what's going on there.
So check that out on our YouTube channel too.
That's right. But don't forget, I didn't give the time for Goth Tarot. And that will be at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays, when you can check in with that shadow with Mr. O.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think
Can I do anything else for you?
I think we've done enough.
All right. Well, everybody, it's time for him to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And me too.
Say goodbye, Banshee.
Take care. Love to all. Have a great week ahead.